All right, good morning, everyone, and thank you again to the Louisiana Chamber Foundation for allowing myself, Key Morgan Solutions, to share some information with you all as it pertains now to marketing. And we're going to talk about marketing in the most general and basic perspective to help you at whatever level you are in your small business life. You will know how to apply some of these concepts and tactics. At the end of the day, I want you to be comfortable knowing that I can immediately write or type or whatever your method of write the vision, make it plain is, that you will truly be able to do that at the end of this session. Some very basic concepts, some things to make it really more understanding for you to apply. My name is DeRon Talley. I'm a Master of Business Administration. I'm the owner of Key Morgan Solutions. I've run newspapers throughout South Louisiana and Ascension Parish for a number of years. I've helped small businesses throughout really the country in a variety of capacities. And so I'm excited to be here with you all. So today, again, Marketing 101, we really want to define, what does marketing strategy mean? What does it really mean? And we'll do that here in about 60 minutes, this 60-minute thriller. Of course, we'll give that definition of strategy. What is a marketing strategy? Then we really, before we can even deploy any type of marketing effort, tactic, or concept, you have to know who it is that we're targeting. And so it's very important that we know how to identify before we send a message out, before we try and communicate with anybody. We have to have a particular person or group in mind, and we'll be able to know how to identify that individual or group. Then, of course, we'll talk about, how do we actually market, right? How do I actually bring my service, my product before the public? What does that actually look like? How do I actually do it? And then some of us, through business, maybe through schooling, through conversation at business mixers, you've heard about 5 Ps. But what is it really? What are the 5 Ps? And it's whether you've been a master of business or a business undergraduate, or maybe you've taken some business classes in high school or junior high, or again, or just in general conversation, you may have heard about this marketing mix called the 5 Ps. We're going to touch on that before we leave as well. And then we'll take any questions and hear from any comments that you all have. And again, we'll accomplish this in about 60 minutes. So hang tight with us, and I'm looking forward to sharing some great information. Marketing strategy, the way I define it in the most basic way, is just a plan to identify, reach, and convince a group of people that you have the solution to their problem. That's ultimately what it's all about. In business, you created your business. And as an entrepreneur, what you essentially are, you are a problem solver. Whether you've created a restaurant, whether you've created event rentals, whether you've created a marketing company, whether you've created a snowball stand, whether you've created a retail women's boutique, whether you've created a cybersecurity company, whether you created a construction company, regardless of what company or industry you've created and or are in, you've done that because you wanted to solve a problem for a particular group of people or an individual. If that is the case, if that is true, that you started your company because you identified a need synonymous to a problem, then that means you have to also, from a marketing perspective, talk about that. Know who you're solving that problem for. Know how to bring that solution to them, right? That's what your strategy is, marketing wise. Business strategy says, hey, I've identified a need in my community, and this is how we're going to solve that need. Marketing strategy says, hey, because our business strategy says this is a problem in my community, and this is the solution that we present to take care of it, to fix it. Marketing strategy says this is how we're going to communicate that. This is how we're going to let the people that have this pain, this problem, this is how we're going to let them know that, hey, we got your solution. So marketing strategy in the most basic way is just a plan to identify, reach, and convince people that you're their problem solver. Think about what your business is. Think about why you created it. And you should already begin to understand everything we're getting ready to talk about for the next 50 minutes or so, because it's all about solving problems for people. We're here to solve a problem, here to solve your problem. Because of that, I'm going to say this. Because of that, I'm going to do that. Why? Because I need you to truly believe me that I have the solution to your problem. Okay? How to identify my clientele. And this is, again, before we get into any marketing strategic concepts, tactics, approaches, or steps, we have to know what strategy is. We have to know who our strategy is going to be for, your clientele. Well, how do I identify my clientele? Everybody will do business with me. Everybody's my client. Not everybody goes to Walmart. Not everybody goes to Target, right? Not everybody shops online, and if and when they do, they don't always go to Amazon. Some of them still go directly to Books A Million to buy their books, booksamillion.com. Some still only go to Dillard's or JCPenney to find their children's clothes. Some still only go to Foot Locker. Some still only go to whatever toy stores. And then some do go to just Amazon, and we're going to search on Amazon and find whatever it is we need, and Amazon's going to find it for us. But we have to know that not everybody's going to do business with us. So how do you identify your clientele? Look closely at who you said you were solving the problem for. It's in your business plan. When you wrote your business plan, you said there's a need in my community, there's a problem in my community, and this is how we propose to fix it. This is how we propose to be the solution for it. Who was that problem for? It wasn't just for you. If it's a true problem in your community and you're able to identify it as a need, you're able to identify a demographic around that to say people that live on this side of town, we don't have X amount of these type of businesses or stores or companies. Because of that, I'm creating my own to fill the need that is there. That's who your clientele will become. The people that have the need, the people that you said you were solving the problem for. It's not going to change. How many may change. How far you begin to reach may change. But when you started writing your business plan, I hope that you had exactly in mind what your client looked like, race, gender, age. I'm gonna even get all the way crazy with it. What they smell like, what they think like, what kind of cars they drive, what kind of home they live in, what they like to eat. You need to have already known so much about who you're solving this problem for before you open your business. Because if you open a business saying that you have the solution to a problem for a demographic of people that maybe can't afford you, or maybe don't know that they even have that problem, because that's a thing too, that will become more of a challenge for you to overcome in your 6 months to a year of opening, which we know the close rate of new startups. 6 months, 3 to 6 months, they realized that cash flow isn't what they thought it was, that they overshot on their projections, that they couldn't identify the demographic of folks because they failed to do these basic steps in their business plan and in their projections. Maybe they brought in a myopic approach, meaning they only thought about the need or the problem from their own perspective and not from the true clientele perspective, that they missed on some things. Because of that, 6 months, they're out of there. Can't even pay the first, or can't even renew the lease for the brick and mortar after the first 6 month agreement. So you have to look closely at who you said you were solving the problem for. And is that a large enough demographic for you to open business and start business? And if that's yes, now what am I to say to them? What am I to show them? Because I have a solution to their problem. It's all in your business plan. How do you identify your clientele? It has to be in your business plan. When you were in the early stages of saying, oh, I want to be able to start this. We need this in our community. And I have the skill set. I have the years of experience. Oh, I have the capacity because my friend, my coworker, my mom, my sister, my nephew, my child, they can complement my skill sets, and we can really stand this company up and solve this problem for who is what you always have to know. You have to know that. Have an avatar. Know everything about who you're solving that problem for, because you're going to have to replicate that person over and over and over and over and over. You have to find more and more Jane Does, John Does, whoever that avatar is. You have to replicate them over and over and over, because that is your direct cash flow. That's your revenue stream. Okay, so we've talked about what strategy is at high level. Try to give you the most basic understanding of what that is. It's just a plan, identify, reach, and convince people that you say you have a problem for. Who's your clientele? The people that you said you're solving the problem for. It's in your business plan. Who am I talking to on Facebook? Who will I talk to on my website? Who will I talk to if we were to write a TV commercial? The people you are writing, the people you are solving the problem for. What should I sell my billboard? You should talk to the people that you're solving the problem for. That's the message that should always become. Now, how do I actually market? You understand what marketing strategy is: a plan to identify, reach, and convince at the highest level, most basic definition we can give you, the people that you're solving the problem for. Okay, well, who am I solving the problem for? You look at your business plan and you identified a need, you identified a problem in your community. Whoever it is that can benefit from that need or that problem being met, that's who your ideal clientele is. Every day of the week, all day. You can't go force a problem on somebody that didn't have the problem, right? If you have the problem, you have the problem. If you don't have the problem, I'm not talking to you. If over time you find yourself with this problem, I want you to know that I got the solution. But right now, I'm talking to the people that currently have this problem. That's my clientele, because that's what I'm solving it for right now, today. How do you let them know? How do you market yourself? How do you bring yourself to the public awareness that you exist, and you are not only existing, but you are here to solve their problem? It's 5 steps, and they have to be in order. It's 5 steps. This is the 5 steps that I use, that we've used now for a number of years, about 11 years of doing this, when we were running newspapers in South Louisiana, to running the marketing department for Louisiana Small Business Development Center, to running key marketing solutions. This, and it's universal across industry, is universal across company, is universal across profit or nonprofit industry. These are the things that we have found to be efficient and effective in executing a great marketing plan. These are the tactics. You have to do things that attract, that capture, that nurture, that convert, and expand on your clientele or potential clientele. And you have to do it in that order. It have to be in that order. For it to be a true plan, it has to be in this 5-step order. That's why I numbered them. I didn't want to put them in bullets so that you could think you can move them around. And if you want it to be efficient and effective, keep it in order. If you don't want to manage and understand the data, if you don't want to manage and understand where your conversions are coming from or where your traffic is coming from, do them how you want. But if you want to be able to make better decisions month in, month out, quarter in, quarter out, year in, year out, do it in order, and watch how the data begins to reveal opportunities for you to make better decisions in your marketing strategic approach. How do you actually market? Attract. You have to do things that are attracting people. Capture them. Do things that allow you to truly capture them. Nurture. We're gonna break all 5 of these down here in just a minute, but I want you to look at them in order because it's in your best interest that we grab them in order. Nurture. Think about the term nurture. You may think about a parent to a child, and that's the idea. Think about the parent to the child, and what that relationship, what that dynamic looks like. And then we talk about conversion. You notice that? We get your attention, and then we talk about really nurturing you. And then all of a sudden now we're talking about conversion. A myopic approach, or an approach that would be in the best interest of the business owner, would mean, let me convert you first before I try and nurture you, and before I try and do anything else. Let me go ahead and get your money first. If you want it to sustain, if you want relationship out of this thing, you want loyalty out of this thing, you would do it in this order. You do it in this order. Been doing it like this for about 11 years. We found a lot of success. We found a lot of success. We've seen brands grow exponentially. We've seen sales increase exponentially, whether it's been hospitals. We've done this. We've done this the same approach with a hospital campaign during COVID. During COVID, the hospital, because we brought these 5 steps in to run their COVID campaign, that hospital turned around and ended up winning awards for their marketing approach in promoting COVID-19 vaccine shots. Hospitals. And hospitals not selling anything, right? And we took all 5 of these steps, because conversion isn't always about a dollar amount exchange, right? Conversion means, have you allowed us to service you or offer you a product? Regardless of what that exchange is, it's still considered a conversion. And so we applied that same concept even in a hospital, and the hospital won marketing awards for innovative approaches to promoting and bringing and increasing awareness around COVID-19 vaccine. So if we do it in this order, the likeliness of you finding success will increase exponentially. You'll be able to have the data for better decisions and to verify and validate the decisions we made. But it all starts with attract, capture, nurture, convert, and expand. I know you're chomping at the bit to see what's next. Like, how are we really going to break down these pieces? Look at this. Watch this. As simple as we know how. This is just marketing 101. We're not getting fancy. I'm not bringing out Masters of Business Administration terminology to you. I'm not bringing out thesis or dissertations to you. I'm going to bring it to you in the most simple way, because I want you to walk away from here and apply these 5 concepts to your marketing strategy in your business today. By 5 o'clock today, we get off this thing in about 30 minutes. By 5 o'clock today, you should be able to already start jotting down basic concepts to your marketing tactics. Look at this. Attract. It's what you do to get them to stop, look, and think. What is it that you can do to get someone, not just anybody, someone with the problem that you propose that you have a solution to? What can you do to get them to stop, look, and think? There are many methods and platforms, right? There's social media, there's website, there's billboard, there's radio, there's TV, there's magazine, right? These are all the media that you can use to place attractive content or attractive messaging to get someone to stop, look, and think. But before you even look at, and that's why we got the 5 P's at the end, before we even get to look at and think about where we're going to put it, What can we do to just get somebody to stop, look, and think at our solution? Think about that. Regardless of the industry you're in, you're solving a problem. And if I really believe I'm solving this problem, what is it that I need to be doing to get somebody else to realize that I got their solution? What can I do to get them to just stop and look at it and think about it? Wait a minute. That was me the other day. Oh, wait a minute. They talking to me in this billboard. Oh, wait a minute. They talking to me on this Facebook post. Oh, wait a minute. They talking to me on this radio commercial. What is it that you can do? Is it through comedy? Right? Through entertainment? Is it through just information? Is it through just showing the process of what you do to solve that problem? What is it? What can you do to get somebody to say, wait now, that's familiar. They must have been in my office that day. They must have knew I needed that. Wait a minute, they must have been at my house. Oh, got a question. Let me see. Marketing is Ms. Darby Landry. Marketing is one of my weak points as a business owner. My company offers a service that is new to the cleaning industry. It's so hard to explain what it is that we do. So my question is, how do I fully attract clients and customers if it's hard to explain what we do because it's a brand new service? Well, Ms. Landry, what problem are you solving? It doesn't matter if it's a new solution. The problem has been there, right? The problem has existed for years, since the beginning of time. Just because you're a new company, a new brand, whether you've innovated and invented, the problem has always existed. So it's not about convincing people exactly what you do. It's about showing people that they have the problem and to look at what you have to offer to solve it. You're right. They're not going to understand because they've had this problem all their lives. They've had this problem forever and a day. They've had this problem since the beginning of time. So they may not think a true solution exists. So for you, it's about placing the value on what they know they have, or the value on the problem that they know they have. I'm here to solve your problem. Not here to sell you on a solution because you may not have the problem. So if you have this problem, me showing you a potential solution shouldn't be a problem. So now the question is, attract. Ms. Landry, what do you need to do to get the people that you're offering this service to stop, look, and think like, wait a minute, we have had this problem since about 2010, and she right. Now, I don't know how her stuff work, but if we really think about it, that is a problem for us. It would be helpful if we had ... Insert Landry's or Germ Slayers Cleaning. I'm looking at your name in the chat, Germ Slayers Cleaning and whatnot. So in the attract stage, you're just trying to get people to really understand that I do have a problem. They're talking to me. Now that I really think about it, I never heard of. I wonder how that works. Think about the 5 steps now. Attract is just that. Oh, wow, wait a minute. That's just me. I wonder how it works. Never heard of. But what's step 2, Ms. Landry? Look at it. This is why I say, if we do it in order, we'll find success. I wonder what will happen if. I wonder how they do. Capture. Because now they've acknowledged that they have the problem. They've admitted I have a problem. I'm willing to do something to participate. That's where we capture them. This is where we get them to give us something, whether it's an email address, whether it's a like, comment, or share, whether it's a phone number, whether it's a zip code, whether it's an estimate, if you have on your website. If it's an estimate, you have to determine what it looks like for them to participate at that early stage. They hadn't converted yet. They've acknowledged that they have a problem, and now they're willing to give you something. What are you willing to do, or what are you able to allow them to do to participate with you as they are in discovery stage of your marketing funnel, of your sales funnel? It's what you do to get them to participate. I need you to, the first 5 people to comment with their name and email address under this post. We'll show you how germ services work. Oh, let me go ahead and put my name and email address, because we've been had this problem forever, and I ain't never seen nothing work. So if she's saying if all I do is give my name and email address, she'll send us a video or give me a call or come by and give us a demonstration of how it works, I'm okay with it. Why? Because I'm tired of this problem. At the end of the day, people, they don't want problems. I don't want a problem. Do you want we don't want problems. And so any opportunity someone has to offer me a solution to the problems I have in life, I'm at least initially interested. Like, oh shoot, you're right, that is me. Oh well, so you mean to tell me all I do is give you my email address? All I do is follow your Facebook page? All I have to do is go to your website? All I have to do is call this phone number? And I get to learn a little bit more to start participating with something that potentially can solve my problem? Not too bad. Not too bad. I'll do that. I'll do that. Now that they've given you something, here, this is where and I've been in meetings, I've been in boardrooms, I've been in client sessions where they always want to focus on the nurture last. They always, man, no, after attract and capture, they need to be buying, man. We spend our time on the billboard to get their attention. Then they came to our website. They need to be buying right then and there. I need the money. I need the money. If we can insert trust before they spend with us, not only will they buy one time, but they'll never look anywhere else to get this problem solved or this need met. That makes sense? I want you to trust me even before you purchase from me. You trust me even before the transaction. That way I know it's not just a transaction, but it's relationship now. So at that nurture stage, after I've gotten your attention, I've gotten you to stop, look, and think. And then what I've offered you to do in terms of capturing some type of information from your name, email address, phone number, a like, a comment, a share, whatever it is that we identified as a goal in that capture stage that we want. In the nurture piece is where we take that information and says, now I'm going to show you. I'm going to give you demonstration. I'm going to make sure that you trust me. I'm going to make sure that you're going to be loyal to me. And I'm going to trust you. And I'm going to be loyal to you to make sure that you get customer service. We're going to talk about it later. But there's no marketing plan, no marketing strategy that exists or that should exist without customer service. If you start selling folks before you've established a good customer service reputation with them, I can promise you more often than not, probably if I were to do a study, probably be about 87, 88% of individuals that didn't trust the brand that they purchased from, they did not return. And I need you to return, because in Ms. Landry, or I know Ms. Mason was on, as you're growing in your business, you'll realize that about 60 to 70, maybe even 75% of all your revenue is going to come from repeat customers. And so if I can already get you to trust me before you spend your first dollar with me, if I can get you to already commit and be loyal to our brand, our service, our product, to the solution that we're presenting to your problem before you spend the first dollar with me, then I know I'll always have you as a lifer, as a customer, as reoccurring revenue to where my cash flow can now become more concrete, because I know every year is so-and-so's birthday, and I know they coming for me for birthday signs. I know they got children in high school, one's in 11th grade, one's in 8th grade, one's in 4th grade. Then about every 3-4 years, they ought to be coming to me for graduation signs. I know this company or this person, they do big events and they always need somebody to come in and clean. Well, I know they do the events every spring and every fall. They do galas. I should know, come the fall, let me go ahead and start making sure my equipment is available, because I know they're coming. This is what the nurture stage will do, even before the first dollar is spent. It's what we do to get them to trust us and be loyal to us. We need that trust. We need that trust. And then conversion, it's what we do to get them to spend money, right? Now that we've gotten their attention, we've made them realize that we have the solution to their problem. For them to roll out the money is going to be easy. You don't ever have to sell them. No, I'm not selling you on anything. All I'm doing is giving you the solution to your problem. It just happens to be that there's some money involved. At the end of the day, I'm just here to give you the solution to your problem. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not here to twist and turn. I know I have the solution to your problem. Money's going to come. I'm here for the relationship. I want to provide value to you just as much as you want to provide value to me as a customer. The money happens to be the mediator in this thing. But at the end of the day, the conversion part will be taken care of early in the process, because they've now gone through the funnel. They've gone through the steps, and you've met them at every step. You made them realize that there was a problem. You made them realize it so much so that they were interested in learning more about the solution. Even when, Ms. Landry, they didn't know about the solution, even when they didn't think the solution could exist, even when they didn't think that there was even a such thing of this type of solution. Because you helped them understand the problem, they trust you when it became time to understand what a solution was. Nurture them. You continue to remind them of the problem. You continue to remind them that you don't have to stay like this. You don't always have to be like this. And I got what you need to come out of that. So when it comes time to paying for it, price, you don't have to argue price point. You don't have to discuss price point. The value is understood. And so if it's $100, $1,000, $10,000, the value is understood. Why do you think you pay so much for your vehicle? The value is understood. In order for me to go to work, in order for me to go to church, in order for me to go out to eat, in order for me to take my kids to school back and forth in the extracurricular, the value is understood. That I'm going to get my value out of this. So I know that I'm expected to spend this amount of money, because the amount of use and the problem that is truly solving for me, I understand. So that conversion piece, it's what you do to spend money. We have to think strategically, though, marketing wise, how they spend money, or the accessibility of spending money with us. And so that could mean not only just, they gave me, they purchased this. How did they purchase it? Do you have point of sale system set up? Is it e-commerce through your website? Do you accept cash, check, money order? Right. And so a lot of companies struggle and they lose business because the conversion process is harder than it needs to be. You convinced me of absolutely everything I need, but then when I got ready to make the transaction with you, you weren't ready. You provided customer service every step of the way. You met me where I was every step of the way, except when it came down time for the conversion. And a lot of small businesses lose that way, just because they couldn't make it simple for somebody to buy. Just because they couldn't make it simple for somebody to validate that you have what they are looking for. You have the value and they're willing to pay for it. But because you didn't give it to them in the way that they could, that's customer service. At every step of this, customer service has to be wrapped around it. At the attract step, at the capture step, at the nurture step, customer service has to be wrapped in it, especially at the conversion step. You cannot give up on your customer service. You have to be willing to invest in your customer service. You have to be willing to invest in your conversion process as well. What you do to get them to spend money. What are you willing to do to get them to spend money? If that means you need to get you a chip reader on your cell phone, get you a chip reader on your cell phone. Yeah. And then finally, watch this. Because you know that I can solve your problem, and you know that I'm willing to meet you where you are, customer service is wrapped in the entire process. And you bought, and we've made that transaction. The transaction wasn't just a one-stop deal, it was a relationship. I felt the true value and understanding of what you're doing for me. The opportunity to upsell and cross-sell now increases. We understand what upsell and cross-sell is. It's what you do to get them to realize other needs that they may have that your company may be able to also solve. So yes, you have your primary product or your primary service, but when they get there and they get in the funnel and they're understanding all the things you're able to do, yeah, they're going to come and get that initial need met, that primary need met, but then they look back and they realize you may have something else. Wait, y'all do this too? And because you took the time at the nurture stage, they don't want to go to no one else. Even if that need or that problem isn't that big of a deal to them, the fact that someone they now trust can meet that and solve that problem, go ahead and give me that too. Throw that in the buggy. Throw that in the shopping cart. Go ahead and check that out for me too. I might as well go ahead and get that while I'm here. Even though I ain't quite out yet, I might as well go ahead. It ain't even time yet, but I might as well go ahead. And it's because of the trust. Because of what happened at the nurture stage before they spent money, that now once they start spending money, they're now okay with spending more money. So that's your opportunity to upsell. Upsell is the practice of taking a simple product that you may have or service and adding additional features to it. And so yes, they get that, but they get an upgraded version of it. Cross-sell means that not only did they get the basic, they jumped over and maybe got something else that can complement or supplement that product, or something that has nothing to do with it, but it's still within your wheelhouse of services or products that, you know what, I'm gonna get you to get that too. And it's all because you've established a relationship with them. You helped them stop, look, and think. They've been ripping and running. Maybe didn't even know they had the problem. For others, they knew they had the problem, didn't think a solution exists. You made them stop, look, and think. Then you captured them, made them participate by giving you an email, a phone number, something enough for you to engage them, a like, comment, or share. Enough for you to nurture them, to establish trust and loyalty with them. So much so that they're willing to spend $1 with you. And because of that experience being wrapped in customer service that entire time, they said, you know what, I want to spend more than $1 with you. I want to spend $2. I want to spend $2. That's the 5. That's why we talk about them having to be in order. I really want them in order. If we can keep them in order, now I can go back and say, wow, we've been using this stepped approach. What did we actually do in the attract stage? We should be attracting more people than that. If we really sent a message, regardless of the media, regardless of whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, radio, TV, billboard, newspaper, regardless of the media outlet we chose, if this group of people have that problem and we spoke to that, letting them know we have a solution to them, they should start beginning to stop, look, and think. Well, why are we not getting nobody to stop, look, and think? Well, maybe what we're putting out isn't attractive enough. So maybe let's work on our messaging. Maybe let's that attractive stage. Or maybe we're getting a lot of people that's liking on our page or liking the actual message. Or we're hearing feedback, but no one is giving us their email address and phone number. So let's wrap some customer service in that and see what's the process then at the capture stage to help us figure out why we're not getting more leads generated, why we're not getting email addresses, why we're not getting phone numbers. Oh, you know what? There's a typo. We put the wrong email address. We put the wrong phone number. When we look at it in the stepped approach, we'll be able to go back and look at what we did right and what we did wrong. Nurture. Okay, we got email addresses, but all the email addresses and phone numbers we got when we got them in nurture stage, they weren't there. They fell off. Well, what are you doing to nurture? Did you call them? Did you send mass email? What are you doing? Did you put them in a Facebook group message? Well, I mean, what's happening? We got to look at that. Maybe how we're trying to nurture them is off. Conversion, well, we're nurturing a lot of people, but nobody's coming to buy. Well, what's the process to buy? Well, we only take cash. Well, maybe we want to start looking at getting a chip reader. Maybe we want to start looking at getting a point of sale. Well, we only take point of sale, we won't take cash. Well, maybe you want to start looking at other methods, right? And so now you can make decisions along the way to see what's working, what's not, and then expand. Why we can't get this other stuff off our shelves? Did you offer it to them? Are you even saying, hey, did you know what to go real nice with that? Well, we got this thing back here. I think that'll complement that real well. Are you really helping them understand that they may have other needs? Here it is. This time is winding down on us. See if any other questions. 5 P's. I heard about the 5 P's, but what are they really? What are the 5 P's of marketing? Product, price, promotion, place, and people. I want you to look at this, and I'm glad we're recording it because this is something I want you to understand. Because this marketing mix has to be understood before we can deploy our marketing campaign. You understand now what it takes to stand up a good marketing strategy. But unless you have the functionality, the appearance, the warranty, the quality, the packaging of your product done well, it don't matter what we've done to attract, capture, nurture them. It won't work. It won't convert. If your selling price and maybe discounts and again, payment arrangements, your price matching services, if those things aren't right, there's no matter what we do to attract, capture, nurture, they won't convert. Promotion, regardless of what we do, again, media-wise, message-wise, public relations-wise, advertising, sponsor, no matter what we do to promote that you have a solution to a problem, if we're not hitting it in the right manner, how will we know? How will I know what sponsorships? How will I know what advertising? It goes back to the second point we made. Who or how do we identify our target clientele? Who are your target audiences? When you know that, you'll know what sponsorships to be a part of. You know what advertising methods to use. You know what public relation activities you need to participate in. You know what message you need to be sending. You know what media outlets you need to be on. But you can't promote if you don't know these things. Even if the answer means not applicable. Even if the answer means this doesn't apply to us. You need to know it. Because now that means you've thought intently about every step of how a person is going to interact with your company, your business, your brand. Place. How are we putting the word out? If I'm solving a problem for a group of teenagers, should I place my message in a physical newspaper? That's what we're talking about. If my target audience, if I'm solving a problem for a group of senior citizens at the nursery home, do I need to be putting content on TikTok, Snapchat? This is what we're talking about when we're talking about place, location, market coverage, service level. You have to know who your audience is because that'll help you know where they are. And that'll help you know where you need to be messaging, where you need to be marketing, where you need to be promoting, where you need to be attracting, capturing, nurturing. in order for you to maximize your conversions and your opportunities to expand. And then that fifth P, most people stop at 4 Ps, but you cannot have effective marketing strategy without people. It takes you and your staff, you and your team. You have to have customer service, customer service, customer service. Look at it. The way you look, the way your mindset is, the way you provide the service, what people believe about your staff, right? If you hire people and everybody deserves another chance. I'm not going to just say a second chance. We all deserve grace and mercy, and we all deserve forgiveness and an opportunity at another chance. But we have to be mindful who's representing the brand of our business. If if I'm a cleaning service that has to go in individuals' homes, and I have members of my staff that have a felony record of theft, they don't need to be there, even though the good Lord himself have turned them around. It's the employee portrayal, it's the optics, it's the perception, it's the reputation that one may lose trust with you, your business, your brand. Not that we're judging anybody, but we as business owners, business leaders, we have to be strategic enough to put our staff members, regardless of their background, regardless of their appearance, their attitude, their portrayal, their perception, their reputation, whether true or false, we have to be strategic enough to play them in areas of strength that will only increase our opportunities to attract, capture, nurture. Why? Because I got to be able to convert and expand. Marketing 101. Any questions? Any questions?
Hi, this is
Go ahead.
this is Darby. I really appreciate your response in my question because that's I woke up this morning stressed out behind this because I'm truly trying to convey our services and what we do. So I really appreciate you responding back to that question. I guess my other thing would be as far as social media platforms goes, I did like kind of do an audit on my company. Our client is potentially corporate companies, government agencies and things like that. That's who we target as far as with janitorial services. And
Right.
so I got off my first year doing business. We only did residential, so we were only cleaning houses. And then this year we converted over to that space. And I guess maybe I might be overthinking it. I think that's kind of what I'm doing because I just feel like I'm like back at square one when it comes to marketing because I created like this platform where I was drawing people in, people wanted our services and that, but it's like now going into like the government sector and things like that, it just seems harder as far as marketing or trying to convey what it is. Like identifying their problem and then saying, well, hey, I have a solution for it. It just seems harder. I don't know why.
So one of the things you have to think about as a B2B, business to business, being that you've transitioned now from business to consumer, you're saying you are going into individuals' homes. That's easy. It's much easier because it's, more people have influence or decision-making authority over their individual homes. When you're dealing with business to business, those individuals, yes, everybody's on Facebook, since that's the example we use here. And so, yes, CEOs, yes, financial directors and marketing directors are on Facebook in their individual, capacities, their personal profiles and so forth. So, yes, they are still there. But because you're in a business to business industry now, you have to think about your method for attracting has to shift from that business to consumer, mindset to business. What do I mean is you have to position yourself in more business networking environments. For example, environments like this that the chamber may have, if they have mixers, that they have socials, where you're able to get those decision makers one-to-one or in a group environment where you can have access to one-to-one conversation to position to them, hey, who's doing you all's cleaning services? Can I send in a proposal? When do you all bid on these types of agreements or contracts? I want to be able to submit respond to a quote, respond to a proposal that you all may have. And so it's really just on the relationship side of that you will have to adopt at that attract level is going to shift from you're not going to necessarily put a message out that says, are you a government agency that needs cleaning services? No one's gonna respond to that. That problem is
Right.
still true, though. That problem is still true, that you are cleaning. You are cleaning companies, you are cleaning businesses, organizations, whether they're government, whether they are, for-profit, nonprofit, across the board. And so continue positioning yourself as the cleaning expert, or solving the problem of, individuals with dirty facilities. You may want to niche it down to, are you doing a certain type of cleaning that other companies don't do that
And
may
see, that's exactly what it is. So we do what's called green technology. It's
Mhm.
a technology that was developed during COVID, and basically what it is UV light disinfecting. Instead of going in with a cleaning solution and products, you go in with this basically with this robot or a scanner, and you just get in a room and like high germ areas, and that kind of plays on our name, germ slayers or whatever. So we really just, that's my end goal, to stop the spread of germs.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to convey. But I think I guess I'm just overthinking it,
No,
because I'm
no.
coming from, like you said, going through customers. Now I'm going through businesses, and it just seems harder
Yeah,
to
try try
really.
try to position yourselves, change your platform, right? Not to say go
Mhm.
away from social media. I did a social
Right.
media class last week. Social media and the internet and what you're doing there is going to validate, because as soon as you leave that conversation with them, the first thing they're going to do is Google you or Facebook you to see if you are who you just told them you were. So continue
Got it.
posting on your social media, continue doing what you're doing. Do not abandon that at all, because those are your sources for validation and verification.
Right. Okay. I also created a LinkedIn. That
Great.
what you feel like that's strategic
Yeah.
too?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Because when
Okay.
they Google you, they want you want the social media platforms and your website to be able to show you. If they Google you and you don't show up, they're gonna be like, so who was that lady? She's not even online. She doesn't exist.
Right.
That's our
Okay.
mindset as 2023 consumers. And
Yeah.
I might
Hmm.
give you this too. Think about the other problems, right? Because you're not just cleaning. If you're doing that laser technology, I'm gonna give you this example for free.
Okay.
Position it as also during COVID. Do y'all remember when they would go in with the sprayer machine, I forget what it's called. And
Yeah, we do that too.
if you go in with
The
the spray
fogger.
machine, and let's say it's not a carpet floor, but a tile floor, whatever. And let's say a staff person were to go in there after. Sometimes you can go in there and afterwards too soon, and the mist, once it hits the floor, it's slippery. The
Slippery.
other
Yep.
thing, you walk in and you walk out and your feet are sticking. And nothing makes a person think that something isn't clean other than walking on a sticky floor. With your technology, you're also solving that problem. While other companies may be
Mm.
cleaning, we're solving the problems of the perception that something's not clean. So think about that as well, because if you're using that type of technology, that's a problem that you're solving, that a company will invest in you all simply because their staff doesn't have to potentially slip, because when everything hit the floor, they had to wait, or they have slippy feet, or for the rest of the afternoon or the rest of the week, they'd be walking around on sticky floor like, I thought these
Right. Right. So
um
basically, like no residue. Like no residue.
yes, yeah,
Promote that.
that's the
Got it. Okay.
problem you're solving.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. You're right.
All cleaning companies clean. What are you doing?
Right.
Right?
Right.
What are you doing? What problem are you solving? Okay, we all clean. Okay, everybody clean. Well, the way I clean, this again, at the very beginning, I talked, not everybody go to Walmart, not everybody go to Target. You can
Exactly.
you can get your groceries and clothes from both, but there's a reason certain people go certain places.
Right.
And there's a niche of business owners and leaders and corporate executives that will literally do business with you just because you're able to tell them that you don't have to walk around on sticky floor.
Right. Okay. Okay. I really appreciate your time. This was
Mhm.
really good. I took notes too as well. Are we going to get this recording via
Yeah.
email?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes,
And
so
also,
Darby, I'm actually gonna share it on the YouTube page.
okay.
We're gonna put all of our future um webinars and training events and everything on there. But I'll send out the link to make sure that anyone who either showed up late or had to leave early or missed it will actually be able to access it.
Okay, perfect. And my last question is, are you guys gonna offer like technical assistance in regards to marketing? Like, can I do a one-on-one with him through you guys'
We're
organization,
working,
or how do I do that?
yeah, we're working toward that. I'll keep you posted on, I mean, you know, we talk all the time anyway, but I'll
Right.
I'll keep you posted on what that looks like. Yeah.
Okay, great. Because yes, that's what I need the most. Okay,
Awesome.
this is perfect. Thank you both for your time today. I
You're
really appreciate it.
welcome. So
Awesome.
DeRon, we've got a question from someone who actually had to she missed today's session, but she wanted to ask the question. I'm not a salesperson, and I know that marketing is important. I prefer being in the background, even though I am a business owner. What can I do, or what should I do to help with that?
I'm not a salesperson either. And if you listen to the presentation, we actually touch on that. We're not in this, I'm not asking anyone to sell anything. All we're here to do, I want her to think about it from the aspect, why did you create your business? You felt that there was a problem so bad where you are that you said, I'm willing to invest my time, my talent, my treasure in bringing this to my community. Because of that, it now becomes our commission. It now becomes our duty to let others know that we exist, because I do not want you to continue to have this problem. And that's all I'm asking. That's all we're asking small business owners to do, is to give us the solution to the problem they know we have. Small business owners are the most brilliant minds that the world has to offer. So many of us go completely unheard of and unknown, and we're sitting on gems because we don't want to feel like salesmen. I don't want nobody thinking I'm trying to sell them on nothing. If you trust and believe in the solution that you have to my problem, don't ever think that you're selling me. Think that you're saving me.
That's good. That's good. That's
So,
an wow, that, like the mindset shift in that respect. You know, the not looking at it from the perspective of, oh, I'm being pushy and nobody likes a salesman, but we all want somebody to stop us if we're going in the wrong direction.
right.
That's great. That's really, really great. And we've got one final question. To your point of like you were mentioning about Target and Walmart and finding a quote unquote target audience, is it ever in your business experience and with the businesses you've helped and the your background in marketing, is it ever possible for a business to actually target everybody? For everybody. If you think about, and this is where the question comes from, according to Amazon, everybody is their customer. Is that practical for small businesses? Because once upon a time, I tell people this all the time, once upon a time, Amazon was a small business that only sold to college students. They were, basically a bookstore.
Yeah, 100%.
Now the whole world is their customer. Is it really possible?
Great question.
For that to happen?
Great question. I want us to think about what problem does Amazon solve, or that they don't solve at this point. The problem Amazon is solving right now is accessibility and availability of a product or a service. They don't care what the product or service it is. Amazon has made sure that they can get their hands on it. Right? It's not even Amazon products. Amazon don't have products.
Right.
They have us and others
Right.
that feed into their system, because they said we want to be the place where all people can come and have access and availability to what they're looking for. And so the problem they sought to solve is different than what you and I are seeking to solve, right? Now, I'll give this. For example, if I were to use Miss Darby's company, how she could target everybody. Okay. If I'm going to target everybody, of course you have what you call primary target audience, which would, in her case, as she mentioned, she's trying to target corporate offices, government offices, big buildings that she can come in. From that, she can also, as she establishes relationship, find out if, okay, now they're churches, because these people, they may go to church. They may be a part of Rotary clubs or junior league groups that have buildings. They may be a part of, and so within targeting the offices and closing and converting those, the relationships that I'm starting to establish within each of these is starting to spawn off. And because of that, now I'm able to target civic organizations, faith-based organizations, daycares, other small businesses that may just be a one-office brick and mortar. And then from there, come back to, well, shoot, these CEOs and business owners have trusted me so much. Even though we went away from cleaning homes, they now want me to come in and clean my home because I'm the only person they'll trust, or my team is the only people they'll trust around anything they have. From there, they may say, well, shoot, now let's create a car cleaning division. and that's how you'd end up servicing everybody. You start with your primary and establishing that trust there. That opportunity to expand, as we talked about earlier in ours, can look at other extensions of your business that may lend for you having to set up DBAs, doing business as, and so forth and so on from that umbrella. So you can take the Amazon approach to say, because y'all have respected me and began to trust me and be loyal to me because I have the best cleaning. You want me to clean your cars, you want me to clean your homes again, you want me to clean your churches, your clubs, everything else will turn into, well, looks like looks like everybody's our client again, guys, even though we sought out initially to only focus on office spaces.
That's good information. That is such good information. We appreciate your time, DeRon. Amazing. Again, thank you so much for everything you've shared with us. We're going to make sure that we, like I said, we'll post this information to our YouTube channel, make sure everyone gets access to it. And until next time, you guys have an amazing small business week. We look forward to connecting with you soon. Bye-bye.
Yes, thank you. Have a great day. All right. Happy small business.